Hi, welcome. I'm Debbie. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to make us some croutons. So if you have like a little half a loaf of bread left over and it's starting to get a little stale, just take it and I just use a serrated knife and I cut it diagonally. I learned that from Jada. She says you get more room to spread things than you would if you just had a little circle. But so now I'm just on a habit of always cutting it on a diagonal. And look how easy this is. This is just going to take us a couple of minutes. And plus I like to do things with my stale bread because I hate to waste bread. I feed my birdies and I freeze some. And I like to do different things with it, but make your own croutons because that way you're not eating those ones in the store. Now these I'm just cutting in threes. And then in half again. And you might think, oh, they're crumbling and they're not going to be right. They'll be fine, even if they fall apart a little bit. They don't have to be perfect, they just got to taste good. And how could they not taste good? Toasted bread with a little olive oil and some seasonings. So I got my oven preheated at 350. But yeah, and plus you can use the crumbs for your breadcrumbs. And I was starting to say, I hate to waste bread and I hate to waste food, period. And I really don't like a lot of the croutons in the store. Some of them just taste awful. Some of them are too salty, too crispy. I mean, they're just, the ones that I really like are the sourdough. I don't even know the brand name, but they're sourdough with, I don't know. Oh, and I like to save the end for me to have a little piece of butter. Okay, so then just pick them all up and put them in a bowl. And like I said, if they fall apart and then, don't think that's, no good, it's fine. Okay, let's push those all over there. We can save all those in a little bag. So this is about 2 cups of bread. So I use usually, you can use 1 to 2 tablespoons. And just as long as it coats the bread, you don't want it soaked. And then I just take some garlic powder. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. You don't have to measure. It's not exact. A little pinch of salt. And just for some flavor and color, I like to add parsley. But you can add pretty much whatever you like. And then just mix them up to make sure the olive oil gets all over your little breadcrumbs. And then these can cook in the oven anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes, however you like them, lighter, darker. And I have mine set at 350, just went off. And then I put mine on a pizza tray or cookie sheet or whatever you have. And I'll show those to you up close in a minute. But let me just show you what I did. So I made a batch. And I put them in a little canning jar. You can use a plastic baggie or any type of reusable container. Recycle, definitely recycle, and put them in there. So let me give you a taste so you can see how crispy these are. And they're perfectly so good, and they'll last in here a good long time. See, so there they are. Lay them out flat. And then here they are in the jar. I don't know if you can see them that good. Delicious, amazing taste. And there's no right or wrong. Put a little more of this, a little less of that. And then just put these in the oven, and then halfway through, give them a shake like this. And then kind of flip them, or use a spatula and flip them. And they are just so good, so amazing. Now, while I have you here, let me show you what else I like to do with stale bread, or even if it's not stale, before it goes stale. I like to take some of that same bread and make them into slices and keep them in the freezer. So I have another loaf here. We don't have to go through all the same slicing, but you get the idea. And then I just keep this bag right in my freezer, whether it's full or empty, and just keep adding to it. Even when it's empty, bare empty, I just lay it in there so I can have it for this purpose, to throw these in there and flatten them out and keep them flat. And you could use these for when you're making fried eggs and you want some toast, or like I said, pull a few out, make croutons. Or these are good just for hors d'oeuvres. I mean, it's endless and limited. And if you're toasting them, they're going to be great. I mean, if you pull them out to have with, you know, just like bread and butter or something, they're not always going to be the best unless you know they haven't been in there very long or they weren't that bad when you put them in. But if they're getting on the stale side, just toast them. Or stick these right in your toaster oven, and you got great fresh bread. Crunchy, chunky bread. That's the good bread. So I hope you guys give these a try. And thanks for watching. Flatten these all out. I'm going to add more in there, so when you put it in your refrigerator, it's not going to take up too much space. And I'll see you on the next one. Be blessed.